Maeve's ear suddenly caught brisk music and voices raised in song. She had no doubt. A wedding ceremony had just begun in a hamlet just off the high road. When the bride's father spotted the royal retinue, he rushed up to beg the queen to bless the newlyweds. Maeve obliged cordially. Encouraged, the father boldly invited Maeve and her court to join in the festivities.
You do us a right honour, my lady. And your men would bolster their strength afore to march ahead. We beg ye, eat, drink and rejoice with us.
Thank you most kindly for the invitation, good man,
said the queen.
Yet I'm expected elsewhere, where there's sure to be no dancing. I must move on at once. I must make haste.
The Lyrians resumed their march, Maeve riding at their fore, softly tapping her fingers on her saddle to the beat of the fading jig.
I haven't slippers to dance in, but I trust I'll manage somehow. Lead on, good man.
The nuptials took place in the shade of a vast oak tree. Then the newlyweds and their guests walked in procession to a barn adorned with flowers. An uproarious celebration ensued. As she watched her soldiers dance shoulder to shoulder with peasants, Maeve felt a surge of pride at being their queen. The heart of Lyria. It beat most powerfully here, not in the gilded halls of palaces. Suddenly a cry went up as strange armed men rushed into the yard.
There's the lass! Grab her!
Before anyone could stop them, the bandits took the bride and fled into the woods. The drums and fiddles, suddenly silenced, were now replaced by weeping, moaning, angry calls for pursuit. Deep grief upon his face, the host turned to Maeve with a plea.
Milady, we beg of you, help us!
Though Maeve's troops were eager to pursue, the queen did not give the order. She may have feared an ambush, though just as possibly she'd concluded she would not delay their march due to one young woman's abduction. Though none dared utter a word of chagrin, Maeve sensed her subjects' bitter gazes upon her. At the first light of the morn she left, without so much as a nod goodbye.
We'll not leave you wanting, good man,
shouted the queen, slipping her feet into her stirrups.
Follow me! Yeah!
The earth trembled beneath the weight of horse and hoof. Tankards laid out for a midnight toast to the bride and groom clinked prematurely in the quake, and the Lyrians charged forth into the dark wood.
Oh, to be young again, heart bursting with love.
Though the Lyrian cavalrymen had imbibed spirits throughout the night, they not only managed to stay upright in their saddles, but even gained on the bandits and cut off any chance of escape.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
We'll catch 'em all!
One boat's all I need.
Ah!
The chase is on!
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
I smell a leak.
They flee! We must stop them!
Left, right, left, right.
Ah!
You mad? Don't shake that!
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
We must trust each other!
Our ballista at your command. Should have listened to me, old lady.
We have them, Your Majesty!
Neve's troops defeated the bandits and rescued the bride. Only to be surprised. For the maiden fair dropped to her knees and burst into tears of sorrow, not joy.
Weep not, child.
The queen said, placing her arm upon her shoulder.
It's over. You're free.
Nay, not so, your majesty. Milady, I've no love for Jan. No wish to wed him. It's my father. My family forced me. My heart's fimbers. He arranged the masquerade. I beg ye, if you've 1 ounce of kindness, if you've a heart, let us leave this place together and free.
Oh, I've a heart.
Answered the queen.
Yet I've also a head with which to reason. Your beloved spilled blood this day. A grave crime. He shall answer for it. While you, my dear, must go home.
Upon spotting the queen returning with the bride, the revelers ran out to meet them. Not wishing to rile the crowd, Meve revealed the truth of the matter solely to the newlyweds' families. They, in turn, annulled the freshly made union and, in gratitude for her aid, gave the queen all the gifts the guests had brought.
Told you she were an harlot. Told you she'd mean trouble.
Oh, to be young again. Heart.
Oh, poor Jan. I pity the lad. True, he's no looker, but he's got an heart of gold.
This scheme you've pursued, I can't condone. Folk have been wounded. Some might have died.
Said the queen.
Yet, equally, I cannot let others force you to marry.
So, may we go, your grace?
You may. Fast as your legs will carry you, afore I've a change of heart.
Though none dared utter a word of chagrin, Meve sensed her subjects' bitter gazes upon her. At the first light of the morn she left, without so much as a nod goodbye.
You spy that column of smoke? Gods damn it! Make haste!
As the Clayton estate appeared from behind a tree line, the Queen and all in her retinue knew at once they had arrived too late. A veritable swarm of bandits milled about the yard.
Who have we here? I'll take a gander, lads. The Queen herself has deigned to come and see us.
See you, then kill you.
The strays of Sparla. 'Tis you who lead them. 'Tis you they call the Duke of Dogs.
Aye, 'tis I they dub so. And in other pleasant ways. Prince of Pariahs, Thane of Thieves, Baron of Brigands, and Marquess of Mendacity.
Colourful titles all, yet you omit one. Common cutthroat!
I beg your pardon and cry foul. I am anything but common.
You needn't get excited, Caldwell. Where is Lord Clayton?
Sadly, my lord's no longer with us. Turned us away, you see. Denied us hospitality. A sacred right, after all. Angered the gods mightily, I expect, as he promptly met a tragic end. Fell in the well and broke his neck.
I've heard enough. To arms! Attack!
Ho, lads! What say we throw this queen a ball?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Yeah, yeah!
Left, right, left, right.
Catch!
Stand back! 'Tis some alchemical concoction!
Keep calm, Tiberius.
One bolt's all I need.
Well, well, my congratulations.
Again and again and again.
Give me a target.
I smell a leak.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Shh! Cork it! Get our asses moving. No time for that.
Our ballista, your command.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Aye.
We'll catch 'em all!
Armor won't save them.
Bravo, Your Grace. Well played.
I can't say the same for you, I fear. You'd have done better to die in battle. Bound for Lyria now, where the hangman will have his way with you.
Splendid! I've ever wished to see the capital.
Quite certain of yourself, you seem.
Many afore you have braided nooses for me, Your Grace. Yet as you see, my neck's straight as a pike.
My threats are never hollow. And if it's an escape you weigh, well, we've yet to see any man abscond from the dungeons of Lyria Castle.
I'd hope so. For to be known as second just wouldn't be worth the trouble.
Ugh. Take him away.
As soldiers placed the Duke of Dogs in shackles, there was a sudden commotion. A messenger rushed in, sweaty, gasping for air, smelling of smoke and blood. His gaze spoke terror.
Your Majesty, Graces, Nilfgaard's crossed the Yaruga. Black-clad hordes. Villages burn. Folk lie murdered.
Nilfgaard! Gods help us!
They march for Dravagred. Prince Willem, He can't hope to arrive in time with aid. Help us. You must.
Dravograd. Blast it all. Listen close, soldier. You're to take a fresh mount, ride hard back to your commander and say the Queen comes to repel the foe.
Your Grace, begging your pardon, our force. We aren't many. Let's send for reinforcements first. Elsewise...
Reynard, I've seen Nilfgaard's trebuchets at work. Should we delay until we're stronger, they'll leave no stone standing in Dravograd. We must ride for the town at once.
As her men prepared to march, Meve climbed the manor's tower. Smoke rose in columns in the distance. As more black pillars appeared one after the other, she knew they meant another home, another barn, another mill was in flames. Tears welled in her eyes, yet they were tears of anger.
Bastards. If it's war they seek, it's war I shall bring them. Reynard, prepare to ride!
First bandits, now this. Misfortune does indeed come knocking twice.
In hobnail boots, tramping upon my land. Nilfgaard shall regret this. I swear on all that is sacred and blessed.
Suddenly, Meve's force found itself marching straight towards a Nilfgaardian company. To the Queen's surprise, the invaders did not immediately assume battle formation. They proceeded instead in her very direction without a sign of panic. The man leading the Nilfgaardians was clad in rich robes. He exuded pride and the scent of musk.
I am Trahaern var Vdifir, Your Majesty. I was asked to present to your esteemed grace the ultimatum of the forces of the Empire of Nilfgaard.
The envoy cracked the seal on a scroll, unfurled it, took a deep breath, and began to read.
I, General Ardal Ebdahi, demand the immediate and unconditional surrender of Lyria and Rivia. Elsewise, I will burn down every city, town, village, and temple, place all your subjects in chains, and your armed men, defeated and captured, I will hang along the roadsides as a warning to all others in the barbarous north.
As the final threat echoed in Meve's ears, the envoy put away the scroll and stood waiting for her answer, a mocking smile on his face. He allowed himself this insolence, believing the immunity accorded diplomats would shield him from any form of royal ire.
I thank you, sir. A sophisticated missive that proves beyond a doubt Nilfgaard's superiority over the culturally backward north.
Answered the Queen in a voice frostier than Mahakam's snow-capped peaks.
To delay this matter I see no reason, so I give you my response to His Excellency. Go ahead and try, Whoreson.
That said, Meve slapped her mount with her reins and galloped away, leaving the Nilfgaardians in dust. Envoy and escort turned to go whence they came, the Lyrians sending them off with a din of whistles and curses.
His Excellency speaks true. We Nordlings are barbarians, without exception,
answered the Queen. Though her voice was calm, most of those listening shuddered inside.
We neither hold nor honor the standards of the civilized world, among them the immunity of envoys. At the...
This is savagery! Barbarous! Do attack an emissary!
Again and again and again.
Ours is not to reason why.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Aye.
My lady, your majesty, you must stop this!
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Our ballista at your command.
The envoy's escort crumbled beneath the onslaught of Meave's Lyrians, who grabbed the emissary and brought him before their queen. Robes torn and head blooded, he no longer exuded imperial pride.
Your Grace, what would you have us do with this pompous arse?
I want him shackled in iron collar and manacles. To the capital we shall take him, and in the castle dungeon he shall taste of northern hospitality.
The envoy's jaw opened, but no sound, no protest came forth. The queen's irate stare drilling into him, he simply swallowed audibly. Treherne var Fetifir, usually silver-tongued, remained utterly silent the rest of the way to the capital.
Kill him. Then take his head, drop it in a jug of honey, and deliver it to General Dahi with my compliments.
The envoy objected, protested, pleaded, cited pacts and conventions, even went so far as to call on common human decency. Meave was deaf to all.
152, 154.
Can't take it anymore.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
One bolt I need.
Teufel!
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
New orders? No?
Should have listened to me, old lady. Give me a target. Our ballista, your command.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Order!
Off to the front yet again.
I'm a war sir.
Then retreat!
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
One bolt's all I need. Give me a target. Our ballista at your command.
Then one day, gazing towards the horizon, the Queen spotted Lyrian banners whipping about in the wind.
At long last,
She said with a smile. Niamh resolved to speak with the commander, one Baronet Eldar. It was the first time they met, and the youth very much impressed her. Yet instead of questioning Eldar about the foe's troop movements, Reynard took the conversation down a seemingly irrelevant path.
And how's your father, if I may ask? In good health, I hope?
Yes, though he still nurses that bump he suffered while hunting last winter. Yet he's not one to complain. I'll tell him you asked.
Irritated at the trivial nature of the conversation, Niamh gave her horse a dose of her reins and cantered off. Once Eldar and his men were safely behind them, she took Reynard aside.
Reynard, this is no time for gossip and pleasantries. We are at war.
Yes, Your Majesty. And in such times, little should be taken at face value. Even a man's name.
Get to the point, Reynard.
Eldar's father died a month past. His son, I venture, should have known as much.
But that means... Oh, the bastard. Impeccable accent, though.
I fear he's rather representative of what we face. Nilfgaardian spies are ever well prepared.
Tell me, how did you know?
He wears no mourning on his armor. Were it not for that, I dare say I might never have guessed. What are your orders, Your Grace? To observe these Nilfgaardian mummers?
No, leave them be. A small force can't do us harm. While we can't stand to waste even 1 hour, and must reach Dravigrad quickly.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Assemble a force. Tell them to follow our new allies. Observe them closely.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Reynard's scouts did as ordered, watching the false Lyrians while themselves remaining unseen. Soon after, a scout returned with news that the false Lyrians seemed headed for Rastburg, a castle several leagues to the north.
House, barn, granary. Blackclads burnt it all down. Begged 'em, milady. On hands and knees. They just laughed. We offend their emperor some ways, Your Majesty. House, barn, granary. Blackclads burnt it all down.
Rastburg's gate stood wide open. Meve cursed under her breath. What had happened? Had a turncoat been inside? Or had the Nilfgaardians convinced the defenders to lay down their arms and let them in unmolested?
Larum! Es here to win Avian!
The battle call of an enemy scout tore the queen away from her thoughts. A fight was about to unfold. The false Lyrians approached Rastburg Castle. They sought to convince the defenders to open the gate. As their commanders negotiated with the commander on the ramparts, the remaining infiltrators crouched hidden behind a wall, awaiting the signal to rush forth.
Time for Baronet Elder to join his falsely claimed father,
muttered the queen.
Follow me!
They found us! Säga not to win!
To win, it war!
Again and again and again.
In retreat!
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Company! Forward march!
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Our ballista at your command. Armor won't save.
Yes.
Exzellent Zweifel!
What? Who dares?
One bolt's all I need.
Elherzer!
Yes.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Exzellent Zweifel!
to the front yet again.
Quiet, or the Commissar will hear.
We must trust each other.
Give me a target.
Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Erigor! Gloire en Kazer!
The castle is secure, Your Grace.
Niamh managed handily to defeat the Nilfgaardians. They fled in a panic, dropping heavy shields and arms. The Lyrian garrison the Queen found confined to the castle dungeon. Its commander fell to his knees to beg her forgiveness.
Your Grace, the foe arrived at our gates in uniforms. Speaking the common tongue, reading orders issued by you. I opened the gate to them. But how was I to know?
Niamh helped the commander rise to his feet and assured him she faulted him not at all. She was to blame for the defeat, and might have stopped the false Baronet Eldar when she had had the chance. The Nilfgaardians found themselves in a clinch. As boiling oil and tar rained down on them from the walls, they attempted to retreat. Yet Niamh's halberdiers cut off their path, and at the fight's end, Niamh was victorious. The garrison commander now knelt by the body of the purported Baronet Eldar, in truth a Nilfgaardian spy. He shook his head in disbelief.
He addressed me by name. Knew our watchwords. Why, if you hadn't come along, Your Grace, I fear even to think on it.
Let this be a lesson, then. Trust no one, not a living soul.
Though victory was theirs, the Lyrians left Rasburg in mightily low spirits. They now knew well that Nilfgaard's spies were no less a threat than its heavy cavalry, than its war machines that spit fire.
Milady, if I may, the enemy yet lurks. You must bolster your force. You must incorporate a detachment from my unit.